Hey Steve, you sent me a message that your son wanted to get into woodworking, especially making some handles and things like this. So, just wanted to do a quick video showing you my shop a little bit, and all the things I use to make the stuff I make. So there's my pile of wood. A lot of it actually came from friends sending me things from around the world. Things I got out of a fire pile, and this was a tree one of the aces cut down in Nebraska when I went to go move my house. He gave me that. This is a piece of cherry wood from a tree cut down here in Virginia. This is some spalted elm that came from one of my buddies from DLI's. He cut down a tree in his backyard and sent me a whole log. There's some more of it. I mean, there's that cherry, and there's a whole bunch of antler that a couple hunter friends I know gave to me. So I have a pretty decent table saw. It's a really nice Delta. It's on 220. It's got the Bessel Minor fence and everything. It's a fairly heavy duty table saw. You don't have to get your son just yet. And there's a Powermatic 14-inch bandsaw. I mill wood with that. You don't really need anything just that crazy yet. And I got a radial arm saw and a nice, decent miter saw here. Here's a pretty decent bandsaw with a stand I picked up for about $100 off Craigslist. And this is something you would need for cutting blanks or even just kind of making out small bowls. I got a couple workbenches here. Those are all my pen bushings. I got a vacuum hose, a planer, a bunch of sanders, and a scroll saw. I don't use the scroll saw too much. Sometimes I use it. And there's my drill press. I have a vacuum chamber down there and a pressure pot for making acrylics. And I use my drill press a lot oven for cooking stabilized blanks. And this is the thing I use the most, honestly. So what I wanted to point out to your son is, since or to you, maybe you're a little worried about costs and things like that, getting him into it. This was a piece of wood that came from a cut down tree in Nebraska back when I lived out there. Guy cut down a tree, was basically giving pieces away. He was gonna burn it. It was black walnut. It's beautiful, but most of this would be sent to the fire pile for most people. There's cracks in it and all those other things. I find this to be beautiful. I can find really cool stuff. So I just roughed this shape out. This is going to be a handle for a brush for a razor, for like a shaving razor. So when I'm done with that, I'll take pictures of it. The kit's over there next to my juice. And so I got some tools here. So for a lathe, you're going to need something like this. This is a nice setup. This one I think was about $250 new. You can get some of these more economical turn casters. I got this for my birthday when I moved back. And you need a couple tools and chisels to carve with. I have my Pen Magic ones. These are the Easy Mate tools, but you also have your other tools. I have a whole bunch in my thing down here. I probably have about 41. If you find something off of Craigslist, you can usually have the guy throw in a couple of tools for you. You don't have to buy the really expensive ones. You got to learn how to sharpen them really, really good. I'm not going to show you how to do that now, but I kind of just wanted to put together a little video and show you some of the tools. If you want to get into turning, you can probably pick up a lathe for about $100 off of Craigslist with a couple of decent tools. Sharpen them up good. Get a couple of things you can just turn between centers. You can turn spindles. You can turn bowls. When you start mandrel turning, this is a mandrel. Sorry, it fell through. Get a mandrel like this, and you can start turning pens. Get some end pieces there and stuff. So there's always more to buy, just like with any hobby. But with maybe $150, get a $50 drill press for mandrel turning, or just pick up a couple pieces of wood off out in the woods, chop it up, and get into a bowl blank. Something shaped like this, something like that. Turn it into a bowl. it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So if you have any questions, let me know.